On behalf of MGM, Sony Pictures Entertainment, Eon Productions and our local hosts here, Warner Brothers, welcome to this Istanbul press conference for Skyfall. Let me introduce you to the cast and filmmakers. That's Ola Rapes, Berenice Marlowe, Naomi Harris, our director Sam Mendes, Daniel Craig, Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli. All safely aboard. Sam, lots of people here with lots of questions, but perhaps if I can start off and say, you know, here we are in Turkey, how's it going, and why did you want to be here?
What you do is you come to a city when you're scouting and you look at it. You know, there's a tradition of Bond. It's sort of what Daniel was saying, is that part of it is trying to exploit and celebrate the locations that you visit, because there is an aspirational quality to Bond about, you know, taking people to places that maybe they haven't been before, or if they've been there, they haven't seen with the same eyes. And, you know, most of us are from England, and we've all seen our country reduced to the Houses of Parliament and a double-decker bus and a red phone booth. Do you know what I mean? And it's very frustrating when you see how a country can be reduced to cliche. And obviously the goal is, in a very short sequence, relatively short sequence in the movie, to try to capture the essence of the country, both old and new, both its traditions, but also its modernity. And I think that's what you have here in Istanbul, is that it's a ever-changing, evolving city, and we're very much trying to capture the city as it is now, rather than the city of 49 years ago, for example. And so we looked at everything that the city could give us, of which there are many, many things. And we feel we've chosen what's best for the movie and the story, but also what's best for the city itself. Well, I've always, you know, wanted to find new and fresh challenges, and to me this was one of the biggest. And, you know, when I announced to my friends in London I was going to make my first movie in American suburbia, they thought it was pretty weird, you know. So I've always, you know, been led by the project, and it's always a question of timing, like with anything, with an actor doing a role or director doing a project. It's when it comes at the right time in your life, and I was very eager to do something that felt like I was very clear about what genre I was going to be doing, you know, and I've always wanted to do a thriller and an action movie, and Bond's roots are in the thriller rather than an action movie. The Fleming, you know, the Fleming novels are thrillers rather than action-packed adventures, you know. And there was something in that was very attractive. And I'd also, many of the people who were in this movie I'd worked with before, Judi Dench and obviously Daniel, and without wanting to embarrass him, that was a big thing for me as well, was having a Bond who I believed in, who I thought was fantastic in the role, and who I felt in whose hands the character could be taken to another level. So for me it was very specific to that set of events. I think I can imagine another set of events, another actor, I wouldn't have wanted to do it. So that's what led me to do it. The character Fleming created over a number of novels was incredibly complex. And I think some people sometimes forget in the cliche of Bond, which is the international playboy and someone who's always untroubled and almost never breaks a sweat, that actually what he created was a very conflicted character. And in the last novels that Fleming wrote, you know, he suffers what he describes as acidity, which is a kind of lassitude, combination of lassitude, boredom, depression, difficulty with, you know, with what he's chosen to do for a living, which is to kill. And that makes him a much more interesting character. And some of those things are explored in this movie because Daniel, as an actor, is capable of exploring them, and because I'm interested in exploring them too. But they're all things that date back from the Fleming and from the original novels.
We were in continued conversation, really. Once Sam had sort of agreed to do it, and we could sort of, I mean, strangely enough, we weren't supposed to talk to each other. I mean, I can say that now, can't I? I mean, because MGM hadn't done the deal, and we weren't supposed to be making the movie, and there were all sorts of legal ramifications that meant that if we would, anyway, whatever, we did, we couldn't shut us up. We were very excited about it, and one of the first things we did, I mean, Sam was rereading the Ian Flemings, and it was a chance for me to reread them, and I started emailing each other and saying, what about this, what about this? And that's how it kind of snowballed, really, and John Logan and everybody got involved.
Yeah,
it just added to it.
The funny thing is that the MGM delay, because of the issues with the financial issues at MGM, allowed us the time to just have to think about the story more than might have otherwise been the case, and to talk about it. And in that time, I think Daniel was able to articulate the areas he felt the character could go in, which was very informative for me, you know, in terms of writing the screenplays. I think it really has been a group effort in many ways, and I think one of the great strengths of John Logan is that he's able to assimilate information from me, from Daniel, from Barbara and Michael, from Fleming, from Neil and Rob, who wrote the first script and have written other Bond movies, and put it into this one document. And he's done an amazing job of giving it a distinctive flavour and making it not feel like it's the work of a committee. But at the end of the day, you know, everyone's voice has been heard, I think.
I enjoy doing my own stunts, but we've been shooting second unit here, which means the movie has been shooting without me because we've been elsewhere. So the thing is, it's make-believe. So I do the bits I can do, and then the stuntman does the really dangerous stuff. That's just the way it is in movie making.
And there are things that we forbid him to do that we employ stuntmen to do for specialty.
Our insurance prohibits him from doing stuff, and he would do a lot more if he could.
The job is to try and stop him doing the dangerous things.
Exactly. We have to keep him safe.
We're very, very privileged to have them. They're really serious actresses who are really stamping their mark on this film. And it's been a joy working with both of them, and hopefully there'll be some humor in the relationships, but also some real tension as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they've done.
And in the interest of equality, Berenice, working with Daniel?
It's extraordinary because for me to be in front of him, because first of all he's extremely talented, but it has a wonderful sense of humor and amazing personality. So this is just that was just amazing.
Naomi, Daniel?
Oh, I'd say the same, you know. I think, what more can I add to that? I can't.
We love you, Daniel. It's an amazing chance to be part of this movie, of a James Bond movie. I've never dreamt of being a Bond girl, actually, but I've always dreamt to belong to a James Bond movie. And this script and this character I'm working on, I really love both of them. So it's just incredibly exciting and extraordinary to be working on this movie.
No, it's been great. Everybody's been like, really embraced me and been so good to me. I was surprised, you know. Yeah, it was Sam, you know. I thought you would be like. Much harsher, but they're so professional and they know what they're doing, so they don't have to be rude to you. They've all been great and really professional.
It's been fantastic. I mean, filming at the Grand Bazaar is such a wonderful location, and the warmth of the Turkish people as well. It's been an extraordinary experience. And also, you know, we've filmed as well for a month in Adana, so we've been in Turkey quite some time, actually, and it's all been fantastic.